lads, welcome back to the channel. We're down here at CoolNights in the RDS. It is an absolutely unbelievable show. Some amazing cars out here to be seen. So we're going to get straight to it. Let's see what there is. Right lads, so we're down here, we're with Ian. Ian has an incredibly interesting MR2 and I'm going to let you talk about this a little bit. What have you done with it?
Basically, it started off as a 2-litre 8A, 3SG, and I've had trouble with 2 engines, changed it twice, so decided then to turn around and put a V6 into it.
And it's not a big engine bay to work with to begin with.
No, it's very tight engine bay, yeah. So this engine's come out of RX 300 Lexus, which was an automatic originally, so you're changing from automatic into manual.
I see, you love hardship is what you're saying.
Oh yeah, it's a bit of work, but look, for the car that's in it and the way it's driving now, it's a completely different car.
So how much power is this making at the moment?
I reckon 240.
That's a lot for a car this size.
For a small...
It's nothing in your face.
It's no crazy mad extension. There's just the little subtleties here and there, and it's turned the car into something different completely.
No, it is an absolutely beautiful example of one.
Yeah.
And even the little, I don't know if you've got these, Lee, even the little LEDs that are in the window here, we've got Santi on board.
Yeah, it was coming up to Christmas time, so we said we'd throw something like that's connected by the phone, so you can throw whatever you want on it.
I've always had a soft spot for these Mark II.
They're beautiful cars to drive.
I love the Mark I's as well, but I do think I would prefer Mark II.
I'd say they're
Lee's the opposite though.
Yeah.
Lee would prefer the Mark I's.
Tell Lee if I start driving these, he'll change his mind because they're unbelievable.
We'll have to get them down for a spin maybe.
Oh, definitely, yeah, they're unbelievable.
We'll have to convert them, I think.
Yeah, they're just a great car to drive.
Perfect stuff.
They're modern classic, as they call it.
They are absolutely. Ian, thank you so much for taking the
guys.
time. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Little K11. Look at this. Look at the wheels on it.
I mean, that is wild.
I'll do you one better, Lee. Look at this.
Yeah.
Curtains. Plush. Little service table and everything. Look at that.
Would it be, I could be called out velour? Is that velour? I don't know. Is velour even a thing? I don't know. I could be making stuff up.
This thing is a luxury car.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have one over here that's going to be a little bit jealous.
That's just a longer micro though, isn't it?
I think these are just known as a big K11.
Yeah, big K11, yeah.
With the underglow as well. That's seriously cool. Yeah, that's a really nice one. That belongs to a friend of ours, Will. And
right, okay.
That is absolutely gorgeous. Especially with the underglow. I don't know if this is actually his underglow or not, but like, if it is, it is. That is so sick.
Has that got
that's like
cat's eye protection?
Do you know what I'm just thinking when I see this though? I'm thinking Hector's got 3 Honda Civics, spoon engines.
Yeah.
That looks like he's going to steal some DVD players. Hi lads, so we're down here with Dave, and Dave, you probably know all these cars anyway, so Dave has, just don't know the way to put it, just a really, really cool collection of Fast and Furious cars.
Yeah, I have a problem, yeah. But I couldn't represent only one movie, so I had to do Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Too Fast, Too Furious.
And then you have Tokyo Drift, is it?
Tokyo Drift, yeah. Neela's RX-8 from Tokyo Drift.
So which one is the most recent collection? Is it the RX-8?
Yeah, the RX-8 would have been the newest car onto the driveway. This is a 192 brake 5-speed, originally silver. Bought it from a yard, from a guy who rebuilds them, not Shadow Rotary, another guy. So engine lovely and healthy, but she was rotten.
They're prone to it though, aren't they?
So sills and stuff like that. So I said I'd rather take a good engine and a bad body over a good body and a bad engine, just with it being a 2-rotor.
Yeah.
And you know, you don't want to mess around with that too much. It's $2.5 grand for a rebuild. Yeah. I thought that would be less expensive than fixing the rust, because I'm a moron. So
it didn't work out that way though.
So €4,200 later, the rust was repaired. New brakes, new suspension, new wheels, big spoiler. Went to my good friend Kevin in Moonshine, window tinting, and we developed this wrap, which is a homage to Neela's RX-8 from Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, it's slightly different, but
Slightly different, yeah. We wanted to have it a little bit more finished for the show, but you know, last minute crunch. It got here and it has underglow, so win.
There you go. Like
and it drove here under its own steam.
A lot to be said for that.
Yeah,
a lot to be said for that.
She's,
so, yeah. And then we have the Jetta.
The Vento, the Jetta, whatever you want to call it. It's actually originally a 1.4 petrol, 1995. Bought it from a field. You're seeing a pattern here. This one wasn't rotten. This one was fully restored. But the engine and gearbox is no longer a 1.4 petrol. It is a 2-litre 8-valve Mark III GTI engine and gearbox. Has a blistering 115 horsepower. But it's cool and it's actually period correct because the movie car had a VR6 in it.
Yes.
If you actually look under the bonnet when Jesse's talking about it, it's a Mark II GTI 2-litre that's actually in the movie car.
There you go.
So I was just keeping it. It was not like I always planned to put a VR6 and then couldn't afford it. So
No. You were always going for the correct one. Yes.
Yeah, it was always a 2-litre. If you want to pan to the back of the car, everyone thinks it's an Evo spoiler, but it's actually a custom spoiler made for the car. And it looks really similar to the one that I have on my R33 as well, which I quite like.
And then you have your own page here. You have BOK Garage.
Yep.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
So BOK Garage is a car group, a car culture that I've made, and it's basically for inclusiveness in the car scene, break down stigmas with mental health, talking about things I suffer myself. You know, I've had depression and I manage that, and it's something. The more we talk about it, the better it is. You break down walls. I work really closely with Suicide or Survive, a charity based in Dublin. I fundraise for them. 5% of everything that I sell goes straight to Suicide or Survive. It's cool. They've helped people I know, and you know, if I can help one person, it's all worth it.
Right, well look, Dave, thanks very much for taking the time. You have some absolutely savage cars. You have a brilliant message here behind you as well. So lads, be sure to check Dave out on Instagram, on all your social media. What have you got? You got Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram, Dave, BOK Garage, and BOK Garage, BOKGarage.com as well. I do blogs and things like that. We discuss mental health. Honest to God. Thank you very much. Cheers.
What you wanna when we fight? I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright. What you wanna when we fight? I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright. What you wanna when we fight? I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright. Break, 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 break.
Be sure to get my good side.
Yeah. Okay, hold on, I'm just going all the way back here.
Big, massive cast iron block probably makes 10 horsepower. Big 10-litre, big alpha alternator. The carburetor ain't pushing no fluid.
The bonnet is even. I mean, look at the size, just the bonnet.
Like I thought the Volvo was big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 meters long.
As opposed to what, the 4.5 the Volvo is?
The Volvo's about 4.5. This is an extra metre and a half.
Quick math. Well done.
Thank you.
And you obviously had an eye for this earlier on then as well.
Yeah, the Bel Air. These are so cool. I really, really, really like the Bel Airs. I know Stephen Lipset has one as well. He's a black one.
Okay.
These are really cool. Really, really cool. I just think like there's so much, there's so much lost between a car of this era and nowadays. Like even look at these little ornaments here. I don't know what these do. I don't know if they do anything. But
Somebody designed that with passion.
They look absolutely
and reason.
They look brilliant.
And then they were like, I'm going to bring
pillarless windows here, pillarless doors.
I'm going to bring my sitting room on a drive.
Steering wheel, and it's probably there's that much play in it. It's probably more of a suggestion when you're actually steering than anything else. It's a shame you don't see anything like that anymore. Take a look at this chart as well.
And then
66.
Would you be a muscle guy?
Yeah.
Would you appreciate it, or would, if you had like that 3-car garage, would you pick a muscle car?
Yeah, 3-car garage. One of them would be 69 SS Camaro. This is sick. This is one of the fastback ones as well. So you just don't get that. Like, that kind of style is all gone now because it's all health and safety. You can't have pop-up headlights. You can't have fold-away headlights. Oh, it has to be molded in and aerodynamic. Oh shit! Look at this models. Oh my god.
Have you got the time and patience to be doing models?
Do you know what? I have a Peugeot 9X8.
Okay.
The Le Mans car. I've never finished it, but
Skyline. Point to the car you haven't gotten the yards finished.
we don't have a lot of these actually. And of all the things,
just.
What are you looking at?
Yeah, I was looking S2000, obviously. I'm on it. Here, look, Roadster. I don't know how you missed it.
No, look at this.
Alright, well, you are a bit of a rally connoisseur.
Well, that there is that is silhouette racing. Super silhouette.
Okay, so there you go. The more you
So
know.
that would have been a track car.
Rallycross also coming back to Mondello just as a quick little mention.
That's so cool.
Oh. That is cool.
40 blippers.
NSX.
Might have to.
Yep, the Odyssey. That is kind of like the American version
Odyssey.
of
Do you know, it's cool though that you can even get a little model off.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that,
There is definitely a market for it. Well, yeah, I am not. I haven't got the time or patience.
I'm probably going to have to come back and pick something up actually.
Right, John.
At this point, we headed over to the VIP section where IRL Motorsports had a drift simulator set up. Long story short, I'm absolutely terrible though, but Lee on the other hand was actually pretty decent on it. Here he is now, look at him go. Pure face of determination. I've never done any drifting before. I have a sim rig, but it's only ever really used for track and endurance racing. But after 5 minutes on this, I was hooked. I'm going to have to go get myself a round wheel and get back onto IRL Motorsports and get some proper drifting equipment. So, if you're interested, be sure to check them out.
Look at this lad, some driver you are.
You should have seen me earlier, Hank. Huh? You should have seen me earlier. That was unbelievable earlier. I was kind of getting it towards the end. Right, so lads, we are just about to head home, and then we completely forgot. I almost ignored your little car here.
That's fair.
We'll have to.
We've seen some incredible things today.
But we haven't seen anything this incredible, have we? No. And we'll just flip the camera around here. Look at this Honda Accord. But there's more to it. What have you done?
There is more to it. So, started life out is a CL7. It is a K24 swap CL7 at that, with a 6-speed manual box then as well. I can't take credit for it. I bought it as is, but it was already what I planned on doing. The opportunity came up, started this year to be able to get one, so here we are.
You've tracked this.
I have tracked this. Intentions of doing a track day, and ever since I got this.
So how long did you own that before you tracked it?
Within 6 months window. Yeah, I literally.
Did you do anything before you tracked it, or did you just go straight?
I went as is. I used the last track day as like a shakedown for the actual car itself. Borderline, really good street car / track car. It's capable of doing both. That was.
And how was it on there's a couple of chasers?
Everyone loved the white chaser. Yeah. I was like, that's not mine.
Absolute children, loud noises we got distracted.
Right, let's go for a rip through the port.
Oh yeah. 7 minutes away, is it?
I just got a fucking sick shot of him.
Yeah, that's why I stuck the flashes on.
That's it. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you haven't already, please do give us a like. If you like this kind of content and you want to see more of it, maybe give us a subscription. So that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again.